you ever received psychic predictions? And have any of those predictions unfolded as described? And not just ordinary, everyday things that were probably going to happen anyway, but more unusual or unexpected occurrences. I was very recently asked an interesting question by one of my clients. She asked, "Can your predictions change as energy and the choices we make can be different?" And the short answer is yes. The longer version is also yes, and is both fascinating and informative. And here it is. Life unfolds in two ways. One is fate, the other is what I call destiny, although to most people, destiny and fate mean the same. My interpretation in this context is that we are always in the process of creating our destiny, every second of every day that we live. Now, if I am on the right track with this, the way in which our lives unfold is dependent upon fate and also upon that which we ourselves make possible. So, the entire finished product is a combination of that which we literally have no control over and that which we do. And when I say that which we have no control over, I mean it. Not that which we say we have no control over because we don't want to make a decision and have to face the resulting consequences, or deal with confrontation or disapproval, or lose face, or even just have to deal with change. By fate, I am referring to all of those aspects of life that simply happen to us, including the circumstances of our birth, as in family, location, and social and political environment. Some people believe that we choose every aspect of our lives prior to birth. Others are outraged at such a thought, questioning why human souls would choose an incarnation devoid of love or filled with abuse and suffering. Just for the record, it is my considered conclusion that we decide upon that which we intend to become as a result of an incarnation, and that which we wish to experience and achieve. But we don't get to choose all aspects of the journey in detail ahead of time. Who does the choosing, I can't say for sure. Maybe no one or no thing. Maybe a higher source of creativity. Maybe it's a joint effort between them and us. We can hazard a guess, but we can't truly know. Getting back to the question, can predictions change? I am saying yes, they can. Or at least they don't have to occur. And not simply because the one offering the prediction is way off base, although obviously that does happen. It is important to understand that the sole purpose of intuition, and therefore psychic guidance, is to provide insight and information. It isn't about validation or hearing what we want to, and it isn't an emotional crutch or entertainment. It is a tool to assist us as we maneuver our way through life. This means that we can use psychic insight and predictions in an informed way by taking conscious action to avoid a certain pathway or saying yes to a particular pre-outlined circumstance. The question is then, why do many psychic predictions still come to pass? I am aware, after 30 years as a professional psychic consultant, that I do have an excellent track record for long-term accuracy. Obviously, I'm not God, and my work is always at the mercy of my own interpretation, so I'm not claiming to be infallible. However, it works well enough for me to still be in business all these years down the line. And I'm saying this only to explain that I have proof that psychic future predictions can and do unfold at some point in time. And the two reasons for predictions unfolding are: 1, We human souls are fairly predictable and often don't consciously change our old patterns of thinking and behaving. And 2, it's a fact that some happenings really are set in stone, so to speak, and are going to occur regardless of what we do. On the other hand, some predictions are delivered hand in hand with important insight, and if the client neglects to act upon that insight, then the prediction is unlikely to unfold as described. For example, I once explained to a woman that she and her ex-husband did stand a chance of making their relationship work again, on the understanding that she'd need to let go of the bitterness and stop blaming him. If she continued to do that, I asserted, it wouldn't work. Fast forward some time, and she huffily informed me that I'd wrongly predicted that she and her ex would reunite. Fortunately for me, I remembered her. I believe what I told you was that you would need to stop expressing resentment and coldness toward him if you wanted the relationship to work out. Did you stop? Her response? A resounding no. And, of course, that was her business and her choice. She didn't have to let the past go. However, if she genuinely wanted to give the relationship a second chance, she couldn't do so whilst continuing to hold on to her anger. And she certainly wasn't getting away with pointing the finger of blame at me when she'd chosen to ignore the insight. You might ask, so what's the point in having a psychic consultation if there's no guarantee that all predictions will come to pass? Or you might say, that's a cop-out. You're supposed to be a psychic. You're supposed to be able to tell me what's going to happen in my future. Which would be valid if every detail of a person's life was pre-written before their birth. If there was only one potential pathway ahead for each of us. Which would also be fine if that one pathway was exactly what we wanted and hoped for. There are 2 problems with this belief. 1, if there was only one potential pathway ahead for each of us, there'd be no way of evolving our life, no way to change, develop, grow, or create. Therefore, there'd be no point in actually being here. 2, if our one and only pathway was designed in such a way that we find ourselves stuck in a miserable, disaster-fraught life, we'd be pretty peed off with any psychic who dared to break the news. The truth is, the person who thinks along these lines is only open to hearing that which they want to. And so they'd be better off using the service of the psychic con artist who makes a lucrative living serving up BS rather than the experienced consultant with a proven track record and a good reputation. The way to understand it is this: your life and your future lie largely in your own hands. You will, periodically, be on the receiving end of fate. It's inevitable. However, you will not be responsible for that, regardless of what the spiritual extremists say. We do not attract everything that comes our way in life. Some things are genuinely beyond our control. Fate also includes how other people perceive life and behave. You are not responsible for that, unless, of course, you are abusing them and negatively affecting them. Where fate is concerned, the one crumb of comfort is that you get to choose how you respond to whatever it inflicts upon you. You get to choose if and how you move forward. From that point of view, you could even become a wiser, stronger, more evolved version of yourself, dependent on the way in which you handle life's curveballs. On the flip side of fate is the creation of your own destiny. Your own specified destinations. Your destiny is not static unless your actions make it so, and is constantly changing shape and form, dependent upon your beliefs, attitude, approach, decisions or non-decisions, actions or non-actions. One single decision has the power to shift the course of your destiny in the blink of an eye. I've witnessed that and I've experienced it too. The best way in which to approach an intelligent psychic consultation is to see it as a source of insight and information for the productive forward movement of your life. Some predictions will come to pass come hell or high water. Others will come hand in hand with valuable insight that you can choose or not choose to act upon. Some predictions will lead you to make conscious change toward or away from certain circumstances. However, remember, you will need to fully engage in the process, not just pick out the bits you like or don't like and fixate on them. You will also need to be patient. The wheels can sometimes move slowly, and not everything within a psychic consultation will be relevant within the immediate future. It is disempowering and a waste of time, energy, and money to approach a psychic consultation with a set agenda in mind, as in something you have decided that you really need to hear. Otherwise, there will be tears, defensiveness, and anger even. I'm going to finish this video by repeating that statement that is almost a mantra with me. The sole purpose of intuition is to provide living beings with insight and information, and it should be approached with that in mind.